Good evening. I feel very humbled and honoured to receive this award. I did start at Joey's back in 80-something. And, there's so many people here from that era when I was working at Joey's. So it's been fantastic to see you all. And our granddaughter starts at Joey's next year. So, yes, it's been quite a journey. Education is interesting in that you go to work to do the job that you're paid to do, but there's always an opportunity to do more. And sometimes it's fun stuff, like the Rock of Stedford. They were fantastic years, loved it. And school musicals. So, I feel very honoured to have been able to do that. Moving into the CEO was a big step for me, and what a journey that was. So I came into the office to help David Emery, as was stated, and yes, I was a PC user. And I remember saying to him before I started, I believe I'm going to be your helper. I have to tell you, I do not know anything about Macs. And he said, and if you know David Emery, you'll understand this. He said, well, you'd better be a fast learner because I'm only going to tell you once. But he actually, he empowered me to learn and look under the hood of technology, and then that, of course, assisted me to work with kids with disabilities, and it's been my utmost pleasure to do that. I've been reminiscing a lot because I'm nearly finished, and in that area, I get to know the parents, the families very well, with a lot of the students, and it was actually the very first student that I worked with, and he had a disability where his muscles were deteriorating and it was going to be progressive. And so I worked with him from year 4 all the way through to year 12. And he's at uni now, by the way, and doing very well. But it was what his mother said about halfway through. She said, I wouldn't wish this disorder on anyone. But she said, it happened to us, happened to my son. And so I'm so grateful that he was born in an age where technology has enabled him to attend school just like everybody else. So I always remembered that. I thought that was very profound. And that really is at, the bottom of everything that I do. Libraries was my other world, of course, and wow, what a journey that's been. I worked with 40 schools and all the primaries, all the secondaries, and some of the library staff that were there at the beginning 20 years ago when I started at the office are still there now. So during that period of 20 years, life happens, life events, and I've had the utmost pleasure to join with those people and celebrating life events. At the moment, there are so many grandchildren being born. And I thank them all as long-lasting friendships. And I'd like to thank the ICLT team. Where are you? There, 2 tables. What an amazing team we are, aren't we? Yeah? Oh, they've all gone quiet. Ruben's not here. It's been a joy. We all work so well together and we have fun together. And our Chief Technology Officer, Alan Ibbott, he's always had my back, even when I've had crazy ideas like, do you think a school could 3D print a book for our student who was blind? And that wasn't going to be easy, but he supported the school to get that done. Thank you, St Benny's, if anyone's here. And if I saw technology that I thought, that's going to help a particular child, he would always approve that purchase. So thank you, Alan. I do have a funny story about you, Alan, though. Tell it now? Anyone who's received an email from Alan will get this. When Alan first started, was it about 10 years ago? Yeah. So I don't think you started at the beginning of the year, did you? No. So the beginning of the next year, so Alan knew who I was, but it was the beginning of the year and I was out at schools and it was crazy, crazy busy. And for what, I hadn't been into the office for over a week, maybe more. Do you know what's coming? And I had to have a day off for whatever reason that escapes me totally. But the email response I got, I've always remembered it. So I sent Alan an email asking if I could take a day's leave. His response was one sentence. Who are you and how did you get this email address? I've always remembered that. I looked at that email and I tried to interpret it. Is that a yes? Is it a no? Has he really forgotten who I am? And of course, David Emery, our team leader, who's not here tonight, who could be watching live streaming. Thank you. You've been a wonderful mentor. And, you know, like everyone's support, I thank you very much. And Peter, thank you. And farewell.